I hope to hell the magistrate who granted this unholy fate, 'cause I know, I asked for this myself. If I'm bound by law to hell, and it's sick, sick, sick. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. The real Randy Chavez. Coming at you today with a Earth 2 update video. We have a ton to go over today. I shouldn't have gotten rid of this paper because I have one update that I just wrote down before I started recording this. Jeff Hudson, Geoff Geoff Hudson is a new senior independent non-executive director that specializes in growing phase tech companies, has just signed on with Earth 2 less than a month ago. As of this month, that's what he's been doing. So big news about Nathaniel. I don't know how the people got him to agree to go in their Discord chat. Maybe they won like a lottery or he just liked them, but either way, there was a recording, and the link of the recording will be down below. But outside of that, I have written down everything. I don't have a computer, so I legit hand wrote sheets and sheets of paper for this. I'm going to read to you right now just my opinion on it. Okay, so somebody says about Nathaniel, it's like, are you excited? He's like, yes, very. So that's how they started. And then somebody asked, what's up with Logan Paul? And then Nathaniel says, I have no idea. Is he a YouTuber? Maybe. He's not from our side. I have no clue. I don't know if he speaks like a Russian accent like that. I'm just trying to emulate his voice. So somebody said, it's gonna be Red Dead Redemption level graphics? Like, is it? Like, because between us, that's a claim that you hope to achieve one day, maybe? Or is it looking like that right now? And Nathaniel responds, oh, it's looking more detailed than Red Dead Redemption, I think, right now. Mind blown. The graphics are going to be huge. I'm not going to do his voice anymore because I can't emulate it at all. So I'm going to ask, if the graphics at looking that nice, what's the plan for the servers long term? Like, how many users can you guys expect to pull into a server that's, I assume, getting upgraded in some degree? Question mark. And then they said, he says, that's a good question. We have to get the right people for that. So that right there, the answer, we have to get the right people. That's going to happen legit next week, in a couple of days, when that trailer drops. So it says it has to be designed and everything. Currently, I can't say. That's really interesting that he would say that, because the design, like, the trailer's next week, and after that, there's going to be a countdown for Dubai and UAE. So, moving on. Yeah, so that will be the bigger challenge, basically, that he continues to say. Just upgrading those servers. Another question is, what are you going to do about user-implemented content? And then it says, GPUs only have a limited amount of memory. Like, you can't put 20,000 buildings there, which is... I'm a little concerned about that, because if we have 250,000 users, that means only 10% of them can play buildings there. I wish they asked him to expand on that. They didn't, but they move on very quickly. Again, I'm just reporting this to you. Will each property be its own server? And Nathaniel says, no, I don't think so. I think it will probably be area-based. So somebody follows up and they said, will each country have their own server? And Nathaniel says, something like that, I think. Another question says, will Shane implement better mods with the customer support, like better than the E2 official? I'm unsure if they meant the E2 official Facebook group or the Discord, but Nathaniel responds, you mean the Discord? Yes, this is something Thomas manages, basically. Follow-up question, how can Thomas handle 20 to 30,000 people? It's too much for him, you know? He responds, yeah, I think we'll search for another person on his level. Again, that doesn't... Are they only going to have 2 people answering the phones? I wish I was there. Like, next time if any developers are watching this, get me to ask the question. I'll ask some great follow-up questions, so I don't have to have 6 videos like this. Any time frame on that? And Nathaniel says, not really. We have to make this job space. So I guess they have to get a bigger working space for the person to actually work and do the job. Question says, so we released the video in a few days, and the devs, are they going to have a chit-chat? Nathaniel says, yes, after the video, we're going to do a live stream. Basically, I think so. Question is, you think we're going to open up other countries? Nathaniel says, no, I think just Dubai. Now, obviously, they have said UAE as well, and a lot of people have been focusing on just Dubai. I'm not 100% sure why, but even Nathaniel said, no, I think just Dubai. But I'm pretty sure they both said UAE, like in an official announcement. So I'll I don't know if maybe he's saying just about it, or maybe he's just forgetting UAE. I think that's what it is. Question: How will servers be? Should it be intense um, with the countdown? You know, the countdown for the new trailer video. And Thanos says, "Will be a good test, I think, to see how it can handle." So, as much hype as we're getting for this trailer, which there's a lot of hype, like there's a lot of people talking about this. This is just a test. This is just something that, like, all right, we're gonna test them, see how it is, and we're gonna go from there. They definitely have the funds. I mean, if they raise what $50 million inside of like a couple months, if they do 100 million, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Huge test. They have the funds. They just wanna. I guess they don't want to overkill it, spend unnecessary funds. Like, oh, no, we don't need this much. Question: Why were the servers slow today? Then it says, "Oh, okay, I didn't check yet." But they were over the weekend. They were doing some routine maintenance anyway, so that's something that these guys. And again, this was recording was made on Saturday, so this was a couple days by now. Question: I know Shane is spending on servers. Are they downgrading a bit now? And then it says, I don't know if they are downgrading or not. Question: The game, if you're not imagining user-generated assets as a thing personally, what do you think the game will be ultimately, or in general? And then it says, basically what's explained in the announcement, not the last one, but like what we had said before. So he kind of skirts around it. He doesn't exactly say what he expects, and I don't know if like legally he can. And a lot of this is a lot of stuff we've heard before. So it's a lot of just, I guess, clarification on things. Like, he didn't give away any insider information, basically. It's just him kind of stating what he can say, which I guess is not much. Question: It's more of a platform or less of a game? Like, can I get confirmation on this? And Thanos says no, the game itself will be a real game with lots of games inside, basically. Question: So you're not imagining a social platform with the ability to be social? Question mark. And he says, no, it will be social as well, definitely. So a confirmation on that. Not, I mean, again, that's something we already, guessed and estimated as well, but just confirmation of it. But without user-generated assets, how will it be? And he says, yeah, that's still in discussion. So, I mean, I guess before we mentioned user-generated assets, is basically when he skirted around it before. Basically, what's explained in the announcement. Not the last one, but like what we said before. Just referencing that in this one. It says, I don't think so. It's planned to be available for... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yes, that is still in discussion. So I guess they've either come to a decision and he hasn't said yet, he's just not allowed to say, or they're actually still discussing what exactly it is that they're doing. Question: Will there be M-rated areas, M for mature, or is this thing something that you guys won't be able to do? Because I understand that you want to keep a 10-foot pole between you and that sort of content. Then it says, no, I don't think so. It's planned to be available for all ages, so the game itself, ... When he says that, again, gives himself a little leeway room when he says, no, I don't think so. And he says it's planned to be available for all ages. So the general content will most likely be for all ages. Whether you're going to be able to have a M-rated strip club in there, maybe that's something, again, that I think it's just going to be like, nope, you can't use that just because you're underage. So that's something probably, parents probably have to get involved in. Like Nickelodeon says, get parents' permission before going online. This game will probably have something like that, something that just protects them from it. Question says, what can we find info on tax implications of the game? Daniel says, yeah, the whole issue with that is like really tricky and legal. That's why we can't review certain things. Basically, I think Nathaniel's just really outside of his area of expertise on one. I think it's not something he's hiding. I think he actually doesn't know, just because, again, different countries will have different things. So it's just outside of his area of expertise. Next thing, questions. Are you guys sleeping better or still working 20 hours a day? Daniel says, no, I work almost 7 days a week. Shane and the rest of them work like crazy. We're also looking for people like artists. So I guess they're looking to hire more people, always looking to expand. Question: any correlation between E2 and Libra? Um, and Nathaniel says Libra, as if like he didn't know, which he might not have. And the question continues: the crypto or partnership with Facebook? And Nathaniel says, no, we are not. Most likely referencing not partnership with Facebook. So from the dev's mouth, not a partnership with Facebook doesn't mean that they're not using the coin. Just means that they don't have an official agreement with them buying any shares of the company or them selling out to them, which I think is ultimately a good thing. It's one thing to work in conjunction with the company, but not someone that when you want to sell shares to. I think that's something that the devs want to keep to themselves, which is great. In settings, I see Etherscan, and it pulls you to an Ethereum wallet. Does this link to Ethereum or any type of crypto? Will you put a crypto in the game? Nathaniel responds, I can't say anything about that either. I don't really know about that at the moment. So that's something that's probably in discussion. He just can't say. But again, he himself probably doesn't know. That's just not his area that he works in. So the follow-up says, so no crypto with the game. And it says, I don't know. We basically have multiple options that we are looking into. So again, definitely one of the options. And I still think Libra. Just my opinion. Question: nothing for the next 6 months, basically, right? The response is, yeah. It's like, no. We are negotiating multiple things. And like we can have all different outcomes. Again, I didn't write this. I'm literally writing exactly word for word. Basically, it says we can have different outcomes. What's the draw to advertise the game? What's the gimmick? Nathaniel says, what exactly do you mean? Question: there's talk of advertising being on land. What's that mean? Good question. That's something that Shane has thought out since the beginning, and I don't know what he has in mind. So I think it's like a 3D thing, right? Question mark. So you have can somehow advertise on your land when people click on something. ... I'm also very curious how they will work. So he himself, again, probably doesn't know. That's just he's in a different area, and this is just another one that he's. Last page. I'm sorry, this is so long. Only 12 and a half minutes so far. Question: advertising, I don't think you'll be able to do without user-generated content. I don't see the use for real-world money in the game at all if user-generated assets aren't there. That part of the game will tank, and you'll be on your own land. And that wasn't really a question. That was just someone just kind of splurting out. Nathaniel just completely ignores him, just doesn't answer him. Take from that what you will. I just thought it was funny. He just didn't respond. So somebody else comes into question saying, in regards to splitting up tiles, will that come into the game soon? Nathaniel responds, splitting will be done first. Joining is more tricky from what I've heard. When he says joining, taking tiles from here and tiles right next to you and combining them said will be tricky. Yep. Oh yeah, so that'll be more tricky from what I've heard. There's soon. Oh, and however soon that will be, I don't know, but I guess it's an important feature that they're working on. Question: what about moving tiles? He doesn't answer. And then, what are some of the games you think we should be playing in preparation for the game? Alan responds, stuff that Wolfgang has been working on before. For example, the Settlers. That's another game he's worked on. It says, the games he's worked on. He basically takes all of that knowledge and brings it into this game. Last question is, are you excited? Daniel says, super excited. I mean, mapping the entire world is like crazy, meaning that something like this has never been done before. Very, very excited. So that is all the questions that we have. I just figured that with that audio, again, link down below, I just wanted you guys to report that to you guys as soon as I heard about it, because that's why I'm filming this at like 12 at night. But I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know what you think. Goodbye. And link for the merch down below. All right? I love you. Goodbye.